Today, everyone, in this video, let's discuss the language of sets. First, let us define what is a set. Set is a collection of well-defined and distinct objects. Objects can be numbers, peoples, letters of the alphabet, or any other sets that is related to each other. When we say well-defined, we can clearly state what object does belong to the set or which does not. For example, we have set of numbers from 1 to 10. It is a set because we can enumerate the numbers from 1 to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. up to 10. So meaning when we say well-defined, we can always find out whether the number belongs to the set or not. Now when we say distinct means we can see the difference between the collection or the elements. Example, meron kang set of fruits and then nahaluan ng eggplant. So with that, you can see or we can clearly say that the eggplant should not belong to the set. It's because eggplant is not a fruit but a vegetable. Another scenario, if we have in a twins, example sa isang twins. Although they are similar in some way, but someone na nakakilala sa kanila can easily tell what is the difference between the two or what's their identity. In relation to the set or in relation to math, someone na mas naiintindihan yung language ni math, we can able to identify kung ano yung belong sa set or hindi belong sa set. In other words, the difference is noticeable. Okay? Another example, we have set of generous teacher. In this example, it is not defined. It's because it can change from person's perspective to other person. Ibig sabihin, kay student A, maybe for student A, teacher X is a generous one, but for student B, teacher is not a generous one. So it's case-to-case basis, depende sa tatanungin natin. Another example is set of pretty students. So same, for example, tinanong tayo, sino ang pretty student? For me, pretty siya, but for you is not. So depende, case-to-case. Another example is set of outstanding singer. So for example, if I ask, para sa akin, ang magaling na singer, let's say si Sarah or si Regine. So pag tinanong ko naman yung iba, baka sabihin si Skasta. Diba? So ibig sabihin, depende sa tatanungin natin. So hindi siya katulad ng set of numbers from 1 to 10. Kapag tinanong mo is masasagot niya agad na 1, 2, 3, up to 10. Okay? Another example, set of months in a year. So if tinanong tayo what are the months in a year, we can clearly say or clearly state that the months in a year is January, February, March, etc. And also with the set of colors in a rainbow. Diba? So those are the examples of well-defined and distinct sets. Okay? Ito ay not, and not. So ang mga define lang dito. Okay? So ang sets natin can be represented in a capital letters. Example, we have S is a set, which are the elements are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And the objects of the set is separated by comma, this one. Okay, and those objects, itong mga objects na yan, is called elements or members of the set. Okay, ang mga member or elements of the sets natin can be represented by listing or by description. Okay, example, if we have a set A, set of integers, that is description. Now, if we were asked to list, so we can tell that set of integers is -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2. Okay, etc. Okay, so that's the difference between description and listing. For example, in this set, we have 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, and 19. This is a set. So to express symbolically that an element is belong to the set, we use this symbol. Meaning 7 is an element of set S, or 5 is an element of S, 11 is an element of S, 13 is an element of S. Now, for example, you have 21. So 21 doesn't belong to the set, so we can say that 21 is not an element of set S. Okay, so we can see a slash here, denotation that the element is not belong to the set. Okay, now most of the time, we don't list all the sets in a set. Okay, kasi for example, set of numbers from 1 to 10,000. So that's too long to write. Okay, so napaka-impractical and time-consuming kung isusulat pa natin from 1 to 1,000. Okay, so usually we use this symbol, which is called the ellipses. So ibig sabihin, kapag nakakita po kayo ng 3 dots, ibig sabihin po niyan ay ellipses. Na kung saan kapag nakita kayo niyan, ibig sabihin ang mga susunod na number ay 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, etc. up to positive infinity. So from that, we can tell that this set is a set of whole numbers. Because whole numbers ay nag-start sa 0. Okay? Another example, if the ellipsis is written before the elements, like for this one, so ibig sabihin, nasa harapan or before the elements, o yung preceding. So it indicates that the elements are from the left side ng ating elements. For example, ito yung mga -6, -7, -8, -9, up to negative infinity. Okay? So in other words, this set is the set of all negative integers. Okay? Or yung ibang ginagawa, yung z ay nilalagyan nila ng negative sign, indication na ito ay set of all negative integers. Okay? Moreover, when you see an ellipsis before and after the elements, for example, this one, it indicates that the next elements are 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on, up to positive infinity. And sa kabila, we have -3, -4, -5, -6, up to negative infinity. Okay? Therefore, so this is a set of all integers. Okay? Now, if you see again an ellipsis in between, for example, this one, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 ellipses and then 1,000. Ibig sabihin, ito ay mula sa 1 up to 1,000. So this is a set of natural numbers from 1 to 1,000. Or we can say that this is a set of natural numbers less than or equal to 1,000. Okay? So pwede naman natin tanggalin na yung from 1 is because natural numbers naman ang nilagay natin dito. Meaning, nag-i-start tayo kay 1. Okay? Not unlike kay whole number, ang starting niya ay 0. Okay? So, ang mga sets natin can be classified as finite sets. Ibig sabihin, ito yung mga sets na yung element ay pwede nating mabilang. Okay? Sets that has an element which can be counted or listed. Okay? For example, sa set S, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ibig sabihin, we have 8 elements dito sa set S natin. Now, the number of elements, this is referred to the cardinality of the set. And then, it is denoted by the symbol, cardinality S, or the number of elements in a set. Once again, cardinality means this is the number of elements in a set. Okay? Cardinality. Okay, from this example, si set S, ang cardinality natin dito ay 8, or the cardinal number is 8. Okay, it means 8 yung kanyang elements. Okay, so now, if we have finite set, of course, meron tayong tinatawag na infinite set. So ano naman yung infinite set? Ito naman yung mga sets na yung elements ay hindi natin kayang bilangin or malista. Katulad nitong set of whole numbers, set of all negative integers, set of all integers. So yan yung mga types ng infinite sets natin because we don't know hanggang saan yung kanyang elements. Okay? But usually, kapag tinatanong kung ano yung cardinality nitong infinite set, for example, dito sa set W natin, we can say that the cardinality of the W is infinite. Okay? Because we don't know kung ilang elements meron yung ating set W. Also as set Z, and then yung ating set of all integers. Okay? And for the last one, for example, dito sa pinakadulong example, if we were asked what is the cardinality of n, so here, cardinality of n. So, pwede nating mabilang kasi ito ay from 1 to 1,000. So, when we say from, kasama yung 1 up to 1,000. Therefore, the cardinality of set n is 1,000. Okay, so that is the cardinality. Okay, now, pag-usapan naman natin ang ating set notation or paano natin i-represent ang mga sets natin. So, we have 3 methods. Number 1, we have listing method or tinatawag nating roster notation. Ginagamit natin to kung ang mga number of elements natin ay mababa lang naman. Number 2, we have rule method or tinatawag nating set builder notation. And also, kapag sinabi nating rule method, nagsiset ka ng isang rule dito in this pattern. So, we have the bases, membership, such that, properties, bases. Okay? Mamaya pag-usapan natin yan. So, let's have third one, which is the interval notation. So, if you see a parenthesis and then bracket, okay? Pag sinabi nating parenthesis, it means excluded. Ibig sabihin not included. And then pag sabi natin bracket, it is included. Kumbaga, yung numbers na nasa loob niyan ay included, kasama. Excluded, hindi kasama. Usually, when we say parentheses, which is, this is the open parentheses, and dito naman ay closed parentheses. Okay? Now, pag sinabi naman nating excluded, ano yung mga katumbas niyan sa equality or inequality notation natin? By the way, ito yung interval notation. Okay? And then pag sinabi natin inequality notation, ang mga kasama kay excluded is yung less than tsaka yung greater than. Kapag naman kay included, ito yung greater than or less than, greater than or equal, sorry, and then less than or equal. Example, magbigay tayo ng example. If we have x is greater than 3, and then x is less than or equal to 3. So if we're going to graph that on a number line, okay, for example, this is your 0, this is 3, and then yung isa. Okay, pag i-graph natin, yung x is greater than 3, so yung bilog natin nakatapat kay 3. And since this is greater than, ano ba yung mga greater than 3? Di ba yan po yung mga 4, 5, 6, etc. Ibig sabihin, yung arrow natin ay paganito. Since this is excluded, ibig sabihin yung 3 ay hindi kasama, so hollow lang ang ating yung bilog na yan. Okay? And then dito naman sa x is less than or equal to 3, so nandito po yung bilog. And sabi dyan ay less than, so mas mabababa kay 3. So ano yon, yung 2, yung 1, 0, negative 1. And then since this is less than or equal, ibig sabihin yung 3 ay kasama. So siya naman ay shaded. Okay? So another example, kung meron tayong, sabihin kung meron kang 3 and then 7, ibig sabihin kung ililista mo yung mga values ng x na yan, so meron kang starting kay 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Kasi ang ibig sabihin ng bracket ay included. Okay? For example, another example, you have 3, 7. So ang x natin dito ay starting kay 4, 5, 6, hanggang 6. Kasi hindi na kasama yung 3 at yung 7. Kasi nga, naka-open parenthesis siya. Meaning, excluded yung 3 at yung 7. Okay? Another example, if you have close parenthesis and then 7 open parenthesis. Ibig sabihin, ang x naman natin dito ay starting kay 3, 4, 5, and 6. 7 is not included. Okay? And then another example, open parenthesis 3, and then 7 close parenthesis. Ang ibig sabihin naman yan, meron kang start ka kay 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay? Ibig sabihin, 3 is not included, but 7 is included. Okay? So another example, if you see like this, may nakita naman tayong negative infinity up to, let's say, positive 2, and then close parenthesis. Ang ibig sabihin po niyan, ang mga values ng x natin ay mula sa negative side ng integers natin, so negative infinity, dot na lang, comma. Let's say negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, and then 2 is included because bracket ang nakalagay. Okay? And then another example, kung meron kang nakita namang, let's say, negative 3, comma, positive infinity. Okay? Parehong open parenthesis. So, ang mga values ng x natin ay start kay negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. Okay? Up to positive infinity. And remember, ang ating mga infinity, lagi po yang nakaposisyon. Yung negative infinity ay laging nasa left, ang positive infinity natin ay nasa right. And ang ginagamit po pa lagi nating parenthesis dyan ay laging yung open parenthesis. Kasi for example, kung ang ginamit mo dyan ay yung bracket and then infinity, negative infinity, so it doesn't make sense because hindi naman natin alam kung ano yung value ng infinity na yan. So ibig sabihin, we always use the open parenthesis. Okay? And also, ang negative infinity natin laging nasa kaliwa, ang positive ay laging nasa kanan. Okay? Hindi po yan pwedeng maging, for example, positive infinity, comma, 4. Okay? Hindi po pwede. Okay? It's a no-no. Okay. Another example is that kapag naman nakita kayo ng ganito. Ito kasi mga single inequality notation lang po ito. So, for example, meron tayong, let's say, x is greater than or equal to negative 2 and x is less than to 3. So, kapag may ganyan po, graph muna natin para makita niyo po yung ibig sabihin sa number line. Let's say this is your negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2, and 3. So, pag sinabi natin x is greater than or equal to negative 2, so ang graph natin ay nandito, yung point. And then, sabi dyan ay greater than. So, ano po ba yung mga mas matataas sa negative 2? Di ba yung negative 1, 0? Okay, so papunta po dito ang ating graph. And then, when we say x is less than 3, so ito po yung 3, mas mababa naman daw kay 3. So, which is yung 2, 1. Okay, yan naman. So, ibig sabihin, nagsasalubong sila sa gitna. So, therefore, ang ating graph dyan ay mula daw kay negative 2 up to positive 3. Okay? And then, yung negative 2 natin is shaded kasi nga greater than or equal. Ito naman isa is hollow lang kasi nga less than 3 lang. Okay? So, kung gagawa natin to ng compound inequality, okay, paano natin to ginagawang compound inequality? So, meron tayong x. Okay, x is Sabi dito, di ba, greater than or equal to negative 2. So, magiging, nandito yung 2, and nandito yung positive 3. Okay, so anong ilalagay nating inequality dito sa bahanting to? Dito sa may 3 na side, pareho lang pong less than. Pero pagdating dito sa may negative 2, kung ang given mo ay greater than or equal, lalagay mo naman dito ay less than or equal. Okay, pero ang ibig sabihin pa rin po niyan ay ito pa rin naman. Okay, so paano yan binabasa? X is, okay, X is una tong greater than or equal to negative 2, but, okay, but less than 2, 3. Okay, once again, X is greater than or equal to negative 2, but less than 3. Okay, so ito yung tinatawag nating compound inequality. Okay, so let's have our first method, which is the listing method. So sa listing method ay from the word itself, listing or list, nililista lang natin siya. Okay? Or we call it roster notation. Okay. So sabi dito, set of all letters in the word mathematics. So lista lang natin yung ating letters from the word mathematics. And take note in sets, yung mga elements natin cannot be repeated. So no repetition. So may naulit kasing M, A, and then T. So hindi na natin yung isusulat. So therefore, ang magiging set of letters natin ay M-A-T-H-E-I-C-S. Okay, so yan ang ating set of all letters in the word mathematics. Okay, so next naman natin, let's say we have set of natural numbers. So before we proceed with that, let us recall yung ating number system. So para mamaya pag sinabi natin ano ba yung natural, ano ba yung whole number, integers, real number, para mabilis na nating maintindihan kung ano yung mga sets na pinag-uusapan natin. Okay, so let's have first the complex numbers. This is denoted by the letter, okay, letter C. Okay, and ang complex numbers natin is A, imaginary, and the real numbers. Ang imaginary natin ay denoted by the symbol I. Example, if we have a square root of negative 4. Alam naman natin ang negative 4 ay may factor na negative 1 and 4 para magkaroon ka ng negative 4. So kapag ginuha natin yung square root ng 4, which is 2, so magiging 2, and then square root of negative 1. So negative 1, square root of negative 1, remember, that is equal to I. Okay, so therefore, ang magiging sagot natin dito is 2I. Okay, ibig sabihin, that is an example of imaginary. Okay, next, pag sabi naman natin real number, this is denoted by the symbol R. Okay? Under ng real numbers natin, meron tayong rational number and the irrational number. Ang irrational number natin is denoted by the symbol Q na may bar sa taas. Okay? Pag sinabi nating irrational, ito ay any real number that cannot be written in the form of A over B or in the form of fraction. Ibig sabihin, ano yon? These numbers are the non-terminating, non-repeating decimals, and yung mga hindi perfect na squares or any square root na hindi perfect root. Those are the examples of irrational number. Example, square root of 2. Okay? Square root of 3. Okay? Square root of 4 is perfect, kaya rational siya. So, square root of 5, hindi perfect, so irrational. Ano pa? Square root of 6, etc. Okay? Basta, hindi perfect, ibig sabihin, okay, irrational. Okay, ano pa? Remember the pi, that's a non-terminating, and also the golden ratio. So those are the example of irrational. Kumbaga, kahit ipindutin mo sa calc yung square root of 2, walang lalabas na katumbas na fraction. Laging naka-decimal. Okay? Next, pag sinabi naman nating rational, ito naman yung mga can be written in the form of A over B, wherein okay, B should not be equal to 0 kasi pag nag-equal to 0 yan, undefined na siya. And of course, dapat ang A and B natin, A and B are integers. Okay, any integers, yung A and B natin. Example, 1 over 2, irrational. 2 over 1, irrational. Or di ba yung 2 over 1 means 2, so 2 is irrational. Wherein, pag sabi natin 2, di ba, whole number yan. So, ibig sabihin ng whole number ay under ng rational. What else? So kapag naman naging 3 over 0, hindi na to rational kasi ano na siya? Undefined. Okay? So ano pa? Mga terminating decimal. Terminating is an example of rational. Example, if we have, ayan, 3.75. So yung 3.75, pwede natin siyang i-convert into fraction, di ba? We have 3. And then since this is 0.75, ones, tens, and hundreds. So meron kang over 100 and then 75. So kapag sinimplify mo yan, magiging ano siya, 100 times 3 and then plus 75. So we have 375 over 100. So can be written in the form of fraction. Mga non-repeating decimal, like for example, 2.11. Okay? Pwede natin tong gawing fraction using algebraic method, of course. We have 2.11, so 0.11 ones, tens, hundreds. So magiging ano yan? 11 over 100. Or 100 times 2, we have 200. 200 plus 11 is 211 over 100. So pwede natin silang isulat in that form. Okay, so yun yung mga example ng rational. Terminating, repeating decimals, or mga numbers can be written in the form of A over B. Okay? So under ng rational natin, nandyan naman yung ating integers. And then this is denoted by the symbol Z. Okay, by the way, si rational IQ, okay, na walang bar. Okay? Now, ang integers natin, ito naman yung mga negative, may zero, and positive integers. Okay? So, under ng integer, nandiyan po yung tinatawag nating whole numbers. So, nag-i-start naman to sa 0, 1, 2, 3, up to positive infinity. Okay? Next is, under ng whole number, meron tayong natural numbers. So, si natural numbers naman, ito naman yung 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. Okay, up to positive infinity. And also, si natural number ay tinatawag nating counting numbers. Diba kapag nagbibilang ka naman, saan ka nag-start? Sa 1. Okay? So, ayan. Ang whole number is denoted by the symbol W and natural number is denoted by symbol N. Okay? So, those are our complex numbers. So, going back, when we say set of natural numbers from here, we can identify that it is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then when we say set of whole numbers, ito naman yung 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, etc. And then when we say set of integers, ito naman yung may negative, 0, and positive. And then, set of even numbers, ito naman yung 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, etc. Okay? So, let's have another example. Let us try. Determine whether these statements are true or false. Number 1, the 0 is an element of rational. Sabihin ng Q is rational. Okay, this is true. Okay, it's because si 0 ay under ng integer, wherein integer is under ng rational. Okay, next number 2, does a 0 is an element of integers? Okay, yes, this is true. How about negative 3 is an element of integers? Okay, yes, this is true. Number 4, negative 5 is an element of the natural numbers. Okay, this is false. It's because ang natural number natin ay yung mga 1, 2, 3, 4, up to positive infinity. And how about number 5, square root of 16 is an element of whole number? If you're going to simplify square root of 16, that is equal to 4. So that's 4 is element of the whole number. Okay, yes, this is true. Okay, next. Negative 15 is an element of integers. Okay, yes, this is true. Okay, balikan natin itong square root of 16. Since may square root siya, huwag niyo isipin na yan ay irrational because 16 is perfect square, so we have 4. Okay? Yes, under po siya ng whole number. Okay? Next, number 7. 3 over 5 is an element of the rational number. Ano bang definition ng rational? We can write in the form of A over B, wherein A and B should be integers. And then, ang B natin should not be equal to 0. So, therefore, number 7 is true. Integer yung 3, integer yung 5. Okay? Next, number 8. 0.01 is an element of the rational number. Sabi kay rational can be written in the form of A over B. Since this is decimal, let us see if ito ay rational. Diba ito yung tens and hundreds. So, we have over 100 and then 1. So, therefore, it is a rational. Kasi ito yung integer 1, integer 100. So, it can be written in the form of A over B. Next, number 2, we have 2.111 is an element of our rational. Okay? So, through algebraic method, we can simplify 2.111. Di ba yan ay tens, hundreds, thousands. So, naka-over sa 1,000. And then, 111. Okay? And then, yung 2 nandito. So, pwede natin yan i-gawing improper fraction. So, magkakaroon ka dito ng 2,111 over 1,000. Therefore, number 9 is true. Next, number 10 is square root of 2 is an element of the rational number. Okay, ano ba ang definition kanina? A over B can be, pwede ba nating maisulat ang square root of 2 in the form of A over B? And kung nakinig kayo kanina, sabi doon, ang ating square root of 2 is pasok sa definition ng ating irrational number. Kasi lahat ng walang square root or walang hindi perfect root, ibig sabihin under ng irrational. So therefore, this is false. Next, 11, square root of 8 is an element of Q or rational. So kung isa-solve man natin yan, we have square root of 4 and then square root of 2, di ba? Pagsamahin natin, pwede naman siyang gawing square root of 4 times 2, wherein 4 is perfect, so which is 2. How about square root of 2 is not perfect? Okay? Ibig sabihin, kahit pa na merong perfect yan na 4, as long as merong kang square root of 2 na irrational, the result is still irrational. Therefore, square root of 8 is an element of irrational number and not rational. So this is false. And then of course, 11 is false. Okay, square root of 11 is a irrational number. Okay, so next we have this one. Describe each set: Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So we can say that set A is the set of days in a week. Set B, we have red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. So ano kaya ang relationship? How the colors are related to each other? So we can say that set B is the set of colors in the rainbow. Set C, A, B, C, D, E. So we can say that this is the set of letters in the alphabet. Set D, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So from here, we can say that this is the set of positive even integers. Okay. Set E, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13. So we cannot say that this is odd. It's because may 2, which is 2 is even. Hindi naman pwedeng even din kasi 3, 5, 7, 11, 13 ay odd numbers. So as you can see, ito ay mga, ano ba yan? 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13. So sila ay yung mga prime integers natin. Sila yung set of first 6 prime integers. Okay? When we say prime, the only factor is itself, the number itself, and 1. No other factor except for the number itself and 1. Next, letter F, set F, 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36. So 1, 4, 9. So anong relationship niyan? So they are mga perfect squares. So set of first 6 square numbers. Okay?